James, really devastating testimonies in that report there that you guys filmed. But those, of course, are only a few testimonies of the thousands that there are likely to be, as so many across Syria were affected.
Yes, well, absolutely. The thing is, it's a multi-pronged drama in families, if you will. One, there is these people who are just plucked off the street for no apparent reason. People were arrested indeed because some of their acquaintances, for example, were indeed part of the revolution. That's more recently, but simply for being political members of the political opposition. That was back earlier on in the days. And if you like, these people, they just simply disappeared. So families did not know where they went. In the report, you can see that some families are saying, we've been searching for these people since 2013. And while we were there filming that report in that hospital, got to realize that it's literally hundreds of people coming to that room, trying to talk to the former prisoners, showing them pictures, trying to say, please, please help us, asking the doctors. And the hospital staff, saying, please, this is a hospital. We can't really have you around here, but nothing would actually stop these people. They are so desperate, they would force their way into the various rooms where these people were being kept in order to talk to them. That gives you a good idea of the level of despair. And then, of course, there are these people who've been jailed for such a long time. It is something that is really remarkable in this specific case. People were put away. They were not told when they would be coming out. And of course, a lot of them obviously had severe psychological problems afterwards. But their families also were just simply waiting, did not know if they were alive, if they were dead, which prison they were in. So very much a terror system that was put in place. And that, of course, had a devastating effect on the whole of the Syrian society. Just one story to give you an idea of how long people could actually stayed in these jails, which were terrible. You saw these 4 square meter cells with absolutely nothing inside and no light. I mean, the whole basement is completely dark underneath that building. Obviously, we lit it a little bit with torches, but, obviously you can imagine it's completely dark down there. And, one man, for example, when he was released, this was our guide, this militiaman who took us around, said, I opened the cell and I said, Assad has fallen. And he said, what? Hafez al-Assad is dead? He said, no, not Hafez al-Assad, Bashar al-Assad, his son. He's been in power for 25 years. So that gives you an idea of what's been going on here in this country when it comes to repression.
And James, in addition to those devastating testimonies and images that we saw in your report there, there's another story to tell. That's because today also marks the first Friday prayers since al-Assad was overthrown. The rebel leader has called for that occasion for mass celebrations across the country. What have you seen on that front thus far?
Here in Damascus, you have Omiyad Square, which is absolutely packed with people. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people out here and in the center, at Omiyad Square and in the center of Damascus. And it's the same in cities around Syria. We saw pictures, for example, of Latakia, who is a stronghold of the Alawites, which is, the group, the minority Bashar al-Assad was part of, dozens and thousands of them on the main square in the city, chanting, we are one, we are one, we are one. And this is very much the message that we're hearing here in Syria. People say, right, this is a new era, a page has been turned, we are now all together, whatever might come. We've heard this numerous times since we've been here, whatever might come afterwards, it cannot be worse than what we went through. And you've just seen these images of this repressive system that was in place and the fact that it was completely arbitrary. People would not know why they were arrested. Well, that has come to an end, and that means people are partying on the streets. They're celebrating. I mean, we've seen small groups gathering, people, having processions in their cars in the city. There is a sense of very, very strong joy and liberation in this country at the moment, which is quite fantastic to see.
James André, France 24's senior reporter in Damascus. Thank you very much.